You're listening to Rebel Spirituality with me, Sam Goldfinch. Here's the truth. Wisdom doesn't follow rules. So each week we're going to explore what it means to wake up your way so you can live a more peaceful, creative and inspired life no matter your circumstances. It's time to blaze your unique path to truth. Hey team, this is so cool. I can't believe that we're finally here, that I'm finally getting to launch this project. This is so important to me. And look, before I do anything else, I best introduce myself, right? So if you don't know me, I'm Sam Goldfinch. I'm an educator, a coach, an explorer in the world of transpersonal psychology and spirituality. So for me, this is all about getting out of who we think we are and getting into the truth of who we really are. And I'm just so excited to put this out into the world. This podcast is going to be kind of built on some foundational truths as they look to me, and I want it to be ruthlessly practical. So yes, this is spiritual. Yes, this is going to be pointing into the deeper dimensions of life, but I also want this to make a difference to your life. I want this to truly make your life more easy so that you have a more peaceful, inspired and creative life, and without even having to try that hard to do that. It looks to me that we are full of wisdom and that wisdom doesn't follow rules. And actually, for many of us, we've just had a bunch of rules installed in us. So the ways we think things should be done, the way people like us have to do things, or whatever it might be that's playing out in our mind. And those things just aren't true. And there's so many ways to wake up. And I want you to wake up your way. It looks to me there's as many ways to wake up as there are beings on the planet. And there are so many amazing teachings, and we're going to explore many of them here together. But ultimately, if it's not coming from you, if it's not coming from that source, that wisdom that's deep within you, then it's always it's not going to feel as full and as rich and as full of life as it can. That to me is how things are realized, when they're coming from you. And we're going to explore that again and again and again. So look, why am I here? And what brings me to this place? Some of you will know my story. Some of you will know what's happened to me throughout my life. But I was, from the youngest age, I was always so anxious. I was, I was a young kid. By the time I was 4 or 5, some of my earliest memories of school were basically having kind of panic attacks and sitting at the front of the school assembly for one of them actually, and just being completely distraught, being completely upset because I couldn't remember where my school things were. And by the time I was 10 or 11, like really strong OCD, and I had undiagnosed ADHD, a whole bunch of stuff that was going on for me. And I didn't know what to do about any of it. I didn't have like a framework for any of that stuff. And so it was just something that I just thought there was something odd about me. I just thought that I was broken, right? And by the time I was in my teens and early 20s, I was heavily addicted to drugs and alcohol. And shortly, pretty much soon after that as well, spirituality. I read The Power of Now when I was about 18 years old, and it completely blew the doors off for me. I had no idea that it was possible, that there was a part of me that wasn't my thoughts and feelings, and many of the things we'll explore together here. But I still had this innocent misunderstanding. I thought the answers were in the book. I thought the answers were out there in the world. I thought I was missing something and I needed to find it. So really quickly, I read The Power Now again and again and again. I was trying to mine it for that kind of final insight that would unlock everything for me, and it would work for a little while, and I would feel great while I was reading that book or perhaps any other book. And I kind of moved into my local bookstore, not literally, but I was hanging out around the self-help and the spirituality section. I was absorbing, and I was just reading anything I could get my hands on. I was addicted to self-help because I really felt like I needed fixing. I needed someone to give me the answer, and that was really tiring because, as I say, I'd read something, I'd feel okay for a while, then I would feel like, oh no, it's going away. I'd be on to the next thing and the next thing. And that went on all through my 20s. And I was absolutely shattered from that. When I was 26, I decided I needed to stop drinking. I needed to go on that journey because it just wasn't good. The writing was, well beyond being on the wall. It was very clear to me that I needed to stop before things got really bad, and they weren't good. And I opened up to a lot of deep feeling then, because in taking alcohol out of my life, I kind of realized what was going on. There was still these deep layers of anxiety. I was still scared to death of being anxious. I was phobic of it. I was so scared of it. I was running away and doing anything I could in my life to try and kind of curate my inner experience so I didn't have to feel anything other than kind of like good all the time. And that just had messed me up. Like, that's a really hard job. It's not that we can't, improve our thinking and think better for a little while and get away with it for a day or a week or something. But then life happens and our mood shifts, or we're human. And every time that happened, I'd feel like I'd failed. I'd feel like, oh, this isn't it. I really am broken. And the cycle would start again. And then about 5 years ago or so, I stumbled across, just completely by chance, which seems that way, but plenty of winks from the universe along the way that took me to that place. An understanding, the inside out understanding of life as seen by a guy called Sydney Banks. Now, we'll explore lots of different teachings during our time together, but I want to just give special kind of like thanks to Sid and how he saw things. And he would also say that he was completely like, it was just luck that he happened to have the awakening experience that he did. But the way he explains things has really helped me. So I'll be sharing a lot of that understanding here. So it would be strange for me not to mention that kind of as we begin this journey together. And if anyone's interested, I definitely recommend going out and checking out Sydney Banks' videos on YouTube and things like that. But yeah, that's it. I want to condense all of that stuff that's been helpful for me, because and bring it out to you in a way that is ruthlessly practical, as I say, because that's what really changed my life. It was understanding that everything I'm experiencing is coming from within me, that actually I'm not missing anything. And at the level of who we all really are, it's just not possible to be broken or be missing anything. Sure, we might have some funky stuff going on at the level of our personal mind and our kind of psychology, but that's not who we really are. That stuff's changing all the time. You're the constant. You're that which is watching all of that play out. And insights into that they're not just beautiful. They're not just wonderful for our life. They're so practical, and they change everything from creativity through to inspiration, through to our relationships, our personal life, our professional life. And we're going to be talking about that so much. And I just can't wait to be here with you each week, sharing that. So yeah, like as I say, wisdom doesn't follow rules, but I'm pretty sure we'll be doing this every week. And I'd love for you to subscribe. You can find this on all the normal players, Spotify and Google and Apple and all those places where you normally find a podcast. So please do that. And here's how it's going to run. It's going to be me each week releasing something that's quite short form, so maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes at the most. And the idea is that it's kind of a reflection. You don't have to take any notes. You don't have to do anything. You might want to listen to it each morning. You might want to just listen to it a couple of times a week, or perhaps just sit and almost like a guided meditation, just listen to it for a feeling. Don't listen to it to try and remember everything that's said. And then just go about your day and see what occurs to you. And we will have interviews. We will talk to people who I deem to be spiritual rebels who are doing things differently, and I'm excited. They'll be sort of feature length, and I'm not sure how often they'll happen, but they'll absolutely be a thing. And there's going to be a YouTube channel. So right now at this point, you can go and have a quick look. If it's up, you can sign up to the YouTube channel. If it isn't there yet, it'll be there soon. There's an Instagram, Rebel Spirituality. Everything is under the name Rebel Spirituality. There's a website, there's all that amazing stuff. And just thanks for the support. And as you get touched, I'd love for you to, share what it is that really hits you. And I'm not going to hold back here. It's very important to me. This podcast is, as I said, practical, helpful, powerful. I'm going to put everything into this, and there'll be other ways to connect. There'll be programs and stuff coming, but this will be the kind of centerpiece and the heartbeat. Oh, and there's a book on the way as well. I can't wait for that to come out into the world. All right, team, I'm going to shut up. I hope you have an amazing day, and the next time you tune into this, you'll be listening to the kind of first official podcast that isn't just the welcome. All right, welcome. See you soon, Rebel.